Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Lucklight Plays. We're continuing Hacknet, and I don't even remember where we left off, to be honest. It's been a day, and oh, that's right. There was a couple of updates that went through the game, and kept crashing my my system. So we finally got it running. So hopefully we can continue our game. So. There's our maiden voyage, I guess. I honestly have no way of knowing if you succeeded in this responder, but if you're seeing this, it means you have at least found something. I'm going to assume it's something really useful. You should try breaking onto one of my own test servers. If Viper had the sort of thing he's known for getting lying around, you should have everything you need to get in. Remember, any non-basic programs you get need a port number to run, like this. SSHcrack22. File name, and the port number. Just find a port if you want to crack, and run it on that. And that was the autocomplete that I mentioned on the previous episode. So let's get the links here. Link to the Bitwise test PC and security basics. That is everything that we've just learned. So let's do it. Let's try to break into this this goofy little PC that's all the way at the bottom there. So I'm gonna probe it. Alright, so here's how this works. You have 4 different ports that we can target. Right now we only have the SSH cracker, so that's where we're gonna have to be able to enter with. So we do SSH crack, and it is port number 22, as you can see right here. So 22, boom, and you can see it running on the left there. Very Hollywood hacking function there. And we're open. So we have one open port. We only need one to open up, so we're going to use our port hack program. And as it completes, we are in. So let's see what we can find. Yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff here. Creative writing assignment. Demons in his base, you didn't see him. Oh, this is that famous, this is that famous really bad, story about Doom, and then John was the zombie. Nice. Alright, some junk data there, I guess. Yeah, I got laid today, bet a month, I need it by now. Only 300 pounds, but it's better than nothing. Alright, so this is very British. I get paid today. Oh. That's funny. Alright. Various sets of data, more logs. Woman has a close male friend. This means that he is probably interested in her, which is why he hangs around so much. She sees him strictly as a friend. So it starts with, you're a great bud, but I don't like you in that way. Wow. That's very weird. Alright, continuing on. More chat logs. I'll take the... Alright. More hacking stuff. Merc's banging down the door for the source. Good luck, got no money for them to steal. Confirmed fake. Alright. Don't know what that's about. Not to mention that 10k kickback. All good, I've got months of exclusives here. Exclusives spelled wrong. I'll hit you back next year when the new Brisbane movie comes out. Alright, so this is all random stuff that has nothing to do with us, or... Congratulations, you win! Well, good. Alright, this is a helpful text file that can give us some information, so I'm going to SCP this. That'll download it to my home computer. Might come in handy later. Here's all the logs. I'm going to get rid of those in a second. Guess there's nothing else for us to grab. So let's clear the logs and get out of here. Great. Disconnected. So what was I supposed to be doing here? I guess it was just to test your break-in ability, not for it actually to find anything. Something in return. Here's where it's going to start getting harder. Anyway, the point is, there's some logs on a few computers I prefer weren't there. You should remember this. If you forget anything else I tell you, don't get sloppy, delete your logs. That's what we've been doing. Never forget. Alright. There's another computer for us to hack. And we need to delete this guy's logs. That is our task. So we're going to probe his system. We find his port 22. So we're going to SSH crack it. 22. You're going to see this happen a lot as things get more and more complex with the hacking. So let's port hack it. And we're in. Let's view his stuff. Yeah, this is the stuff that he wanted to go on. First, let's take a look around. Let's see. Alright, that's strange. Feel free to pause and read that if you want. Ooh, police reports. Seriously, our streaming schedule is messed up. Alright, so this guy's a streamer, apparently. Tax return. Laptop was stolen at convention, contained the dossier reports. Alright. Nothing I can really glean from that, so I'm just gonna remove all his logs and move on. Disconnect. Let's check my mail. If you see this and you've done well, and well, all this might actually be worth something. Realize that I don't have time to write this whole thing. There's way too much to learn. I don't have time to do any of it, so I'm going to need to ask something more. There's a group that goes by Entropy, currently accepting members. They'll be able to teach you more. When you're ready, I'll contact you again. As for getting into Entropy, you'll need to bypass a proxy server. This is a new one. A few shells by opening using the command shell, running on computers you've already got admin access, should be able to overload it. And they also give us the Network Education Archive link, which serves as a kind of learning experience. Here's the test server here, and here's how to deal with a proxy, which I will show you how. So this is our net news, I guess. This will teach us things such as proxy servers, shells, exe files, and remote execution, stuff like that. So here's what we need to know right now. Proxy servers. Proxy servers function as a buffering layer between a target computer and a connecting counterpart. It filters, caches, and monitors incoming traffic to both optimize web performance for repeated queries and prevent some kinds of attacks. But they have an upper memory limit, which reached will force them to allow unchecked traffic to pass through. To exploit this, hackers and testers will often run shells on other computers, often using the built-in shell program. Then, with a collection of shells, we'll connect to a target computer and use the shell's overload functionality to flood the target's proxy server with junk data. And that'll allow us through. So that's how that's going to work. The rest of the stuff I don't believe will be useful yet, but will come into play later. Alright, exe files aren't my thing yet. Okay. So let's just get right to it. Now we can't actually break into the proxy, the network yet for the education archive because of the firewall, but maybe some other day. Disconnect. So we need to find our... We're going to use all the places that we've broken into already, and we're going to type shell and activate a shell onto each one of these. So Viper, thanks for the help, Viper. And we'll go to P. Anderson, thanks for the help, P. Anderson. And I think I can do it my own. And the Bitwise one, I can do that one too. I probably shouldn't do my own. So we'll close that one. Alright, so that gives us 4 different shells that we can use to break into this proxy. And you can see that there's yellow colors for each one of the ones that we have shelled up. So let's go into the test server. Probe it. And you'll see it has a proxy. So we go over here, select our overload feature, and hit overload on each one, and it speeds through, getting through the proxy, and then we can actually do our business. Get rid of that port. And then we can port hack it. And now we're in the test server. Nope, didn't need to do that again. View that file system. Anything good we can get? Download this file to complete your induction test. So, SCP, Entropy, induction test. And there's my emails. So, got some extra stuff in here. Zero Cool, which if you've ever seen the old movie Hackers, you'll recognize immediately. Hacktheplanet.txt. Assuming you know what retort means, let me start by saying you're nothing but a scrub. Probably took you all week to work out to smash through that proxy. I bet you're probably 12, thinking you can hack the planet from your mom's 386. Move on and let the pros handle. Nice. Latest auction house patch of a Stormwind game. That's World of Warcraft. Admins are pretty pissed at you, Slagfire. The Chinese contingency has been hammering the servers all night requesting gold. Gold sellers, yes! Think you spend a long time at Rats? And look no further than SO Gold, the ultimate farming service for Stormwind Online. They want $30 and then your Stormwind Online account. Honestly, that's how Chinese gold sellers back in World of Warcraft would handle too. And that's how people lost their accounts. Yeah, bit's gone. Alright, so let's clear our plate here. Clear and disconnect. Let's check our mail. Let me be the first to congratulate you on locating and passing the Entropy Group entrance exam. While to an experienced hacker it's a relatively trivial task, surprisingly few actually seem to manage it. Before we allow you to officially join the group, we must further confirm your abilities. A tabloid news server has recently taken a negative stance towards Entropy. We'd like you to temporarily disable their operation. As a second test of your skill, we ask you to bring down the server's message board. If you can, leave the non-Entropy related articles and rest of the server intact. We do not wish to be needlessly destructive. It's not a request to simply wipe their server clean of articles. We just want that program brought down. So here we go. Let's do it. And here's the articles in question here. Entropy Group. malicious hacking. This Tom Wilkins guy. Sheltering and providing work for a notorious hacker. Yeah, so this is the stuff we need to get rid of. Probe system. There's a proxy, so we're gonna have to overload it. Boom, 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 boom. Get my SSH crack ready. Do it. And you can kind of just type the stuff out that you need to do beforehand, and then once it's ready, just hit enter. You'll need to do that as there's some time limits that happen later on. Alright, so now that we're in, we can view things. Here's the message board. Listings. We're actually going to delete the ones that involve us. But not all of them. There we go. And here's what we need. Config.sis is a folder with critical system file. Do not delete or rename it. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Oh. I'm going to type out the whole thing. And it doesn't help if I do it twice. So let's do that. And boom. And clear our logs. Disconnect. And as you can see, if we go back in, no go on that. Let me make sure the logs are still gone. Never hurts to check. Alright, so let's reply. And we are successful. So we are now a member of Entropy. As a small welcoming gift, you'll find the user details of the admin account to our RSS server attached. Help yourself to any programs you might need and view our mantra. Once you geared up, reply to this address and I will arrange a true test of your abilities. So we get the asset server, just pretty close over there. And we get an account. Admin Rosebud. So, no need to break in. So, let us view the logs. Alright, so the SSH crack we already have, but we do get a new program called the FTP bounce. So let's get that. Got it. And because we need a really good trend to do, we're going to remove the logs even though we're allowed to be here. Disconnect. Got what we need, so we can go ahead and reply. I'd like to be the first to formally invite you to begin accepting Entropy contracts. Attached is the location of the group's secure contract database, along with the login credentials necessary to access it. Feel free to accept and complete initial contracts at your leisure. I'll be in contact again to gauge your progress soon. So he gives us the contract database, which is right there. And he gives us a username and password, user Lucklight, myself. And password is also Rosebud again. Not a very creative or really secure password there. Surprised they would be so careless. So, oh, we can just click it here, boom. So these are, now we start doing the, we're a contract hacker now. But Entropy is like a group of, I guess, good hackers. They don't do needless destruction. They don't, you know, go out of their way to just be evil about it. So, you know, we get hired as Entropy. We get hired to perform contracts, and then I guess that's it. We just, you know, we don't do needless destruction, I guess is what they're trying to do. So there's 6 of them here that we got. Might as well start from the top. Point clicker. A well-meaning client needs some of his data from a game server deleted to regain productivity. Greetings, civilian. I've been put in a dire predicament here, and unfortunately no one in my incompetent office of staff is capable of fixing this issue for me. This has forced my hand to resort to outside help, as distasteful as that is to me. Informants have assured me the line is secure, so I'll be brief. I have bested this game, point clicker, and wish to prove my clear dominance over it again. Yet there is not a reset button. I'll need you to enter the server and delete my save file so I may crush it once more. My username is Menksk. Feel free to bask in the glory of my current achievement before resetting. So we're not helping him work, we're helping him redo his game. So here's the point clicker server and his handle, Menksk. So let's get to it. Point clicker, a little sub-game in this game, is your typical click for points. And then it has an auto-clicker thing. You can keep going if you wanted. And you could get yourself a ridiculous amount of points. You actually get an achievement if you get the last upgrade, which is upgrade 50, and if you get like a ridiculous amount of points. I've done it already, so that you won't have to see me do it here. But if you've ever played like Cookie Clicker or anything of the sort, you know exactly what this is. So you can have fun with it if you want, if you play this game. But I will not be pursuing this any further. So let's get in. Alright, so you'll see some different ports here. The one we want to get into, we need 2 ports to open. There's the SSH port, as usual, and the FTP. So, there's no proxy to deal with either. So, FTP mounts, 21. SSH crack, 22. I have enough RAM here on the top left-hand corner to run both at the same time. So that's good. You can see it clicking away here. And we got both open, so port hack. Alright, so this will allow us into the file system. So let's go. Never delete or rename config.ini. It's system critical. Removing it causes instant crash. Do not test this. I don't know what happens if you actually do it. I don't know if it's a game over or what, but it's best that we do not go off the beaten path here and do that. Maybe I'll try that later. So here is Menk's save file. So we're going to remove Menk's PC save. And here's mine. We can also remove mine if I ever want to play again. Which I don't. So let's remove the logs. Now I didn't really poke around the internal files. I guess I could if I wanted to. I don't think there's anything. Someone speak Python? Hiss. Programming language. Worker bees can leave, even drones can fly away, the queen is their slave. What? The hell does that mean? Whatever, remove. Gone. Goodbye. DC. Alright, so that should do it. And I've upgraded to the 80th of 100 here. Now, when I first read this, I thought it was like, this was, you know, how good I did. And it gets smaller as you go. So I thought I was just doing crappier and crappier. No, this is actually my ranking in, like, I guess the company. The Entropy group. But we're done with that. We can go back to the server and get a new contract. Let's do the famous counter hack. We recently got news of a company hiring less well-meaning hackers to retrieve some sensitive data from a rival corp for exploitative purposes. In the interest of dissuading companies from using their hack community in such ways in the future, we're going to ensure their transaction doesn't go smoothly. Accept. This one's fun. I think it has a time limit on it. Company PP Marketing recently hired a freelance hacker, almost Hanser, what the hell, to break into a rival company servers to retrieve some sensitive data, which we believe to be a mailing list, delete it on their end, and transfer it to the hiring group. Naturally, this sort of corporate espionage is exactly the sort of business that gives hacker groups the bad reputation, and we're not really even interested in policing this in its entirety. The blatant advertising of the job across the net makes this one a little more public, so we'd like to ensure it doesn't pay off. I'm gonna have to do a little digging, looking for a stolen mail list. It might be archived or encrypted. We should also note that the company may be prepared. It might have some security countermeasures. Yeah, this one's a fun one. This one you have a bit of a time limit, and you'll see that pop up. So let's do it. I think it starts the second I probe, so here we go. Oh, it's right when I start the proxy. So overload, 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 overload. SSH crack 22. We'll start that the second the proxy dies. Boom. FTP bounce 21. Boom. Now we have a really good time limit, so I don't expect any problems, but it's best to keep your rhythm quick, even at the start. Alright, we're in. File system. Yeah, I see you. Workspace. Secure mail list. So we're going to SCP. Secure mail list. Got it. Remove. Remove that. Alright, we can take a little bit, look around. Welcome, dress code, complaints, investigate. They literally just purchased their list from other companies, usually ad buys that work from the Jmail database. Some dark shit. Pretty evil stuff. Try to get someone else to decrypt it. Alright, so they can't use it yet. That's good. Anything in their system files? Nope. Let's remove our traces. And I think if you wait until the last second you get an achievement for it, but I'm not going to. I'll do it on my own time. So, that was that. First time limit. So we're done with that, and our ranking is now 60 out of 100. So back to the contract database. I think we'll do one more before we stop for the day. We will do... Let's do back to school. Might as well just go in order. High schools contact us with concerns about their IT department accessing private student data. They don't want anything deleted, but want it discreetly find their IT staff's private password so they can investigate themselves. Okay, so we're looking for the IT department's password without removing or moving any files. We're just going in, we're looking, and we're getting out. So let's do it. Middleburg High School's administration department has contacted us looking for a means of quietly gaining their IT staff's admin password. While inside, try to preserve all data the way you find it. Any tampering could mess with their judgment. You need to break in, clear your tracks, and reply to this with a password to the server. Here we go. Probe system. Got a proxy and 2 ports to deal with, so overload, 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 overload. FTP bounce 21. SSH crack 22. Get ready on the port hack. Yeah, so this is the general gist of this game so far. More things will be available to me as I progress. More devious tricks and traps will happen to me. There'll probably be some close calls coming later on. But they're just giving us this general practice rounds that we can just keep doing our hacking, our programming, get a little better at it, get faster at it, learn those commands, and then they're probably going to throw some crazy stuff at us. So that's what I'm assuming. I don't think I've gotten farther than this last time I played it, so we don't need Mensk anymore, by the way. So let's find his staff passwords. Alright, nothing there. Top search history: Google, boobs, boob, sex, side boob, porn, how to disable porn filter, things that can get past porn filter, Civil War paintings, GTA, twerking, what is twerking, twerking techniques, that one topless chick in that French war painting, sports, sports ball. Alright. Regarding the announcements of internet proxy server outages, while some of our staffing body doesn't know what the proxy server going down means, clearly some of our students do. During the announced outage of it last night, apparently some students worked out that while the internet was still active, the search filter wasn't, and in the space of the 20-minute outage, downloaded a total of 22 terabytes of pornography onto the school servers and various homeroom PCs. Wow. These kids are pretty hardcore. Check this out. Easy solution. We just make the IT password. Nah, I don't get it. Exactly. Just 7 asterisks. That's literally the password. Just stars. Who's even going to guess that? No one. Even if someone hacks it, still looks protected. Literally unbreakable. Alright, so we found our password. It's 7 asterisks. So, let's remove our logs. And disconnect. Go to our mail. Back to school. Reply. Type in the password. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Send. And there we go. Alright. And it looks like we're getting a new job here. And we're gonna deal with that at a later time. I only checked it myself because a verification script said, and it was working, and I wanted to test that. Cool. Alright, so we can take more jobs, or we can deal with this one. I might finish out the jobs in the contract database before I do that one, because I feel like that is a storyline mission more than the other ones. So, alright, so I think that's good for this episode. On the next episode, we will continue more of those contracts, and we will, I guess, take on this one afterwards, see where this one goes. We're going to start hacking more things. We're going to start getting into phones, I think, soon, based on EOS. I kind of know what EOS is, so who knows? Who knows what kind of devious traps and tricks we'll have to deal with next time. Maybe you would do. Maybe I don't. I don't know. But either way, hope you enjoyed this, and let me know in the comments below if you want me to do anything special with this game or any other games. So, until next time, my name is Lucklight. Thank you for watching, and have a good one.